How's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Time for eye drops. One eye. Prednisone, steroid. Got a call from the hospital. They said, your Medicare Advantage plan is no good. Don't come here, because if you do, we're going to have to turn you away, and you're probably going to go blind before Humana is going to approve you, because you got that Medicare Advantage plan. They called and they said, come on down. We got you, buddy. And I'm getting propofol. I'm going to sleep. And they said, just get you a ride and bring your driver's license and who's picking you up, who's bringing you. And don't you worry about nothing, Mr. Baker. You got that Humana plan. Yeah. I'm stoked, man. So it's finally going to come to fruition. I'm happy about it. But that wasn't the reason for this video. The reason for this video was there's two Buc-ee's. When you leave Palm Beach County, there's one in Daytona, and there's one just 30 or 40 miles from it in St. Augustine. So I'm sitting here yammering away on my phone, talking to a friend, and I saw that it was 50 miles to the first one. And next thing I know, I looked down at my gas gauge, and I about had a heart attack. I'm thinking, it's one thing to run out of gas with your car and be on the side of the road. It's another thing to think about running out of gas driving this contraption. So I went through the computer, and it said, even though the needle was low, you know, they got that range, and I was still 38 miles. So I went on Google, and I said, gas station near me. And I happened to be in an area that was kind of like a no man's zone for anybody's cell phone. And it said a gas station, 3 miles. But when I looked at the drawing, it wanted me to get off, go over to US 1, and then come back way down. I'm like, that can't be right. There's got to be one like right off the freeway, like every other exit. I said, maybe I'm in one of those zones where, you know, there's no exit for 10 miles. Now I'm really freaking out. So another mile up the road, the phone started kicking in on all 8 cylinders, that T-Mobile. And I got off, but man, $3.40 a gallon. So I threw in $20. 2 reasons. One, it's got to be cheaper at Buc-ee's up here in St. Augustine. And 2, I want to go to Buc-ee's and make a video. So why fill up, which takes 10 minutes, it's a big ass tank, or, you know, just put enough in to get up here. So I got plenty of gas to get up there. My dollar cost average is going to be high. I don't know how much cheaper it might be at Buc-ee's, but I'm only getting, well, now it's saying 5 miles per gallon. No, 8.5. 8.5 miles per gallon. It recalculates every time you put gas in the tank. 8.5. And I got a range of 112 miles. Oh, and there it is. There's a billboard. It says Buc-ee's with Hugs and Beaver Nugs, 19 miles, exit 323. So I don't know how I missed those billboards. They're big as a mountain, but I wasn't paying attention, and I passed the first one. I would have stopped at both of them. I always do. But guess what? I saw a sign back there just a mile back that said Jacksonville, 48 miles. I'm home. That was quick. It's 11 a.m. I did leave at, 6. So that's pretty cool. And so I know that I'm not freaking out now about having to go back even for the follow-up visits for the doctor. So really happy about how it was meant to be, to go home today, to put everything back. I want my microphone that was delivered to me a week ago or more. I got 2 water filters that were delivered 2 weeks ago, or however long it's been since I've been out of there. I paid my rent, and I only used 2 weeks of my rent last month. And I don't want to be vacant and not having my camper on the property getting my money's worth. I want my free rent. Hey, let's talk about that. In the comments, some people seem to be new and they don't know Sarasota Tim and my sense of humor and my sayings. So when I talk about Social Security, people really get triggered about the free money. Raise your hand out there if you really believe that I mean that Social Security is free money. You just get free money. Raise your hand. I don't see any hands. I don't think those people believe that I believe that either. I don't know why they say something to me. Free money is a saying. It's not free money. It's money you paid into your Social Security. And it's based on your best 35 years. Another saying I have that triggers people, a few, not most. Most people know me. Prison job. Okay. One person said, he says that because of his job he had. Well, folks, if somebody didn't have a prison job, and a lot of people don't, I was one of them. I've worked for myself most of my life. And aside from when I was in the automobile business, and I was a car salesman, people like to say that. He was a car salesman. Yeah, from 1976 or 7 for 17 years. But I was in my own business in advertising. I had an advertising business for 33 years. So I was a car salesman in another lifetime ago. But things really haven't changed much. Anyway, when I say prison job, I never had a prison job unless you go back to the car. That was truly a prison. They had you there all the time. Bell to bell, we used to say. Bell to bell. But a prison job is if you get up on Monday morning and you can't get your shoes on quick enough and your keys out fast enough and you leave early to get to your job and you just couldn't wait for the weekend to end so you can get back over there, then no. Heck no. You don't have a prison job. You love your job. You don't care that they want you there, even though you have to be there, and you don't have any say about it. There's a certain amount of time that you must be there, like a prison. You must do your time, but you love it. So it's not really a prison to you. But most people, they're not all that exuberant after the weekend to jump out of bed and say, I got to go to work. I can't wait to get there. If you're one of those people, yeah, you would love to be able to not have to work and be able to pay your bills. I would even think that people that love their job would like to not even have to go at all and be able to pay their bills. So prison job is a figure of speech. It's a term. Chill out. What's another one? Free money and the prison job. And then what was we talking about on Social Security that some people, they know what I'm saying, but they want to be controversial. You can't live on that. Duh. Duh. You can't pay your rent on $1,700. You couldn't buy a tank of gas. You couldn't buy a sandwich. You couldn't even buy some bologna with $1,700. Whoever said you could? Not this guy. This guy said you get to work $1,700 of hours less. You get to cut your 40 to 50 hour job you've got down. Because if they came to you and said, we're going to pay you the same salary you're making, but you only have to come in half as often, are you going to say, no, I want to come in. In fact, can I come in more? No. You're going to like, great, super. It's like turning down a raise. No, you paid me enough. No, so yes, you got to work. You got to get a prison part-time job. You got to get a prison side hustle. Unless it's something that, like I do on YouTube, or a lot of people do that work for themselves that are entrepreneurs, or they have a service business. They fix homes or plumbing or electrical. They're handy men and women. They clean houses. They walk dogs. Whatever. This isn't it, is it? I don't want to pass it again. This is the one where I got crashed. No. So, absolutely. But doing what you want to do in a prison, I'll start calling them prison side hustles, if that makes you happy. Oh boy, she shifted down. I'm real, man, this thing's burning some gas. But some people, I don't know, they don't have a sense of humor. They haven't watched my videos long enough. They don't know. But I did find out, because someone wrote in the comments, that Social Security, like 33% of Americans start collecting at 62 as of 2020. Folks, I'll guarantee you that number's higher. I'll guarantee it.
Road construction.
Where's this road construction? Since 2020, when a lot of baby boomers decided to go ahead and retire and started drawing their Social Security, a lot of people that have gleaned that they can get it at 62 that did not know. I can't tell you how many people, since I've been making those videos, had no clue they could get Social Security at 62 years old. Boy, they've kept a lot of people in the dark. I have turned the light on, and hundreds of people have testified to me on comments, emails, and everything else. Thank you, Tim. I never even knew. I'm collecting mine day one, and they know that they got to apply 3 months ahead. So, and then there's these people that want to, change the percentage. It clearly says you get 30% less or 30% more at full retirement age than you do at 62. But yet I still get comments saying it's not 30%. It could be like the magic of compound and exponential growth of add 2 and divide by 3. You could end up getting a lot more. And then you put the cola in there and the Pepsi in there, and it works out to all this much more. And you gotta be a fool to take your Social Security at 62 when you could get so much more money if you're alive. It's 30%, not 31, not 29. And it darn sure isn't 40%. The cola that people want to comment about, oh, you're not taking consideration. I said, to make this simple, let's just crystallize the number. The cola, what a joke. Aside from 2022, when we got a raise in 2023, 8.7%, which was like $150 to me. That was the most in 40 years. All the other cola increases every year for decades, aside from one other time that was kind of good, have been nothing. And then the Medicare cost, Part B, went up. That ended up making it like really nothing. So don't expect, that's why I said just, even though it will go up, I hope it does. I hope another big one comes. But it'll go up for as much of the person, not the same dollar amount, but the percentage, you get the same amount percentage-wise on the person that started at 62 as the person that waited to full retirement age. So, but nobody has a crystal ball to know what the COLA increase will be. It's been so negligible for 40 years, it's hardly even worth mentioning. All right, so, and then there's another one. Oh boy, I love this one. If you reach the age of 65, you got a lock on 100. You got a lock on 80. Oh yeah, if you're 65, if your birthday's today, good news. You're going to live to 85. Nothing can happen to you. Nope. You got a lock. I never heard such hooey that if you make it to this age, then statistics show you got a lock on this age. Now, I know that this person that says that, there's a couple I think, doesn't literally mean that it's a lock. I'll give you that. But you insinuate that when I say life expectancy is 73 for a male in the United States, which is the fact, that you want to dismiss that. But even if you do make it to 80, and look at, I'm going to make it to 80. Don't you kid yourself, folks. If at all possible, Lord willing, I've been a healthy man my whole life. I hope I make it to 100. But I hope I make it to 100 or 80 or whatever my age is when I get way up there, that I am still crushing it. But what kind of life is it to be 80, 85 years old and you're not crushing it? You haven't been crushing it for 5 years. All you're doing is waiting for the last day. 7 miles ahead. Don't miss it, Baker. So people never want to, they don't want to, some people don't want to talk about that. They want to act like all this older age you could get is some great life. Your great life is today, the day you can count on, the day you're still breathing in and out. And it certainly is when you are younger, when you do have your gizzards working and your hips are working and your joints are working and you can hook up a camper and tow it with confidence and you got an attitude like, let's go crush it. Let's take us a trip. That's what life's about. And, being debt free, not this, oh man, here I am in my Geritol in my chair and I got $700 more money coming in than Baker. He's 85 also, but look at him over there. He has to wear generic brand Depends. I'm wearing name brand. Again, sense of humor, no disrespect. But really, what is that going to do for you? What is that extra money going to do for you when you can be getting money now? And it's a fact. I had someone email me saying, Tim, your videos are good, but they're confusing. Why don't you just make it simple and tell people this? And I felt like replying saying, why don't you just make a video? Tell them yourself. I've got my own way of explaining it. But basically this person said to tell you, in case you don't know, that it's 10 years. No matter what date you start, 62, 66, 64, 61, 63 and 3/4, you got 10 years to wait until you catch up. So no matter what age you collect Social Security, prior to full retirement age, it's going to take you 10 years to surpass what somebody gets that would have collected at 62. Well, if that was absolutely true, and it wasn't until you're 80 or whatever, that's too darn long to wait. That's way, way, way too. I'll spend the next decade with $700 less working my part-time prison job and living life younger, freer, and crushing it.